All offseason long, we've been talking about the fact that the Chicago Cubs have not wanted to spend money. Well, as it turns out, the Chicago Cubs are willing to go over the luxury tax if it makes sense, if it causes them to win. Well, listen, there is no bigger move left outside of maybe signing another starting pitcher than making this move right here. We'll talk about it right after this. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. Hey, listen, I am your host, Mike Jones. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in to this episode of Chicago Cubs Central. Do me a favor, guys. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We just broke over 2,500. That means I'm less than 500 away from 3,000 subscribers. At the 3,000 subscriber mark, we are giving away a free Chicago Cubs jersey. That's right. We will get the shipping and we will get the handling, and we will give out a free Chicago Cubs jersey of your choosing to you. If you want to be a part of this, make sure that you are like, share, and subscribed to the Chicago Cubs Central channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Also, guys, make sure you do this too. You got to make sure that you are in the Chicago Cubs Central Facebook group. That's right, Chicago Cubs Central Facebook group. You want to make sure that you're a part of that. Shout out to all of the new people that have joined recently, Chicago Cubs Central Facebook group. Make sure that you guys join in over there. Come in over there. Like I said, you get first access to episodes over there. Also, we chit chat over there, find out more about you. And hey, you guys also get to know more about me also. So I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. Now, with that being said, y'all, we got to talk about it. The Chicago Cubs potentially signing Eugenio Suarez. So listen, the Chicago Cubs have been talking all offseason long about how they want to get better, about how they add to the margins, and how they are going to compete with teams like the Dodgers, teams like the Mets, teams like the Yankees, teams that have added a lot of firepower, not only defensively through pitching and through outfield play, but also offensively. Now, I know everybody's first love for the Chicago Cubs would have been the Chicago Cubs marry or go back into a relationship with none other than Kyle Schwarber. However, Kyle Schwarber signed and decided to stay with the Phillies. In my eyes, the next best designated hitter bat that the Chicago Cubs could potentially go after in the 2026 winter season is none other than Eugenio Suarez. And I've done episodes on Eugenio Suarez before, but now we're coming to the tail end of the offseason, y'all. Listen, we are less than a month away from the Chicago Cubs playing their first spring training game against the Chicago White Sox. I can't tell you guys how excited I am about this, but listen, guys, there's still a big bat out here for the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs need an everyday DH player. You already got a great third baseman. You need an everyday DH. You need somebody that can come and swing the bat and can do damage. The big names are signed. The middle tier bats signed or close to signing. What's left are role players and bench pieces, or somebody that you can put in at DH. And Eugenio Suarez is the last true impact power bat available. This guy is someone who has proven that he has power with 30 home runs in seasons. He has postseason experience. He can change a game with one swing of the bat. And most importantly, he's not going to be available much longer, guys. He's not somebody that's just going to sit out there. He is potentially going to sign with a team here soon. And here's why it should be our Chicago Cubs. Once he signs, that's it. The window closes for an opportunity for you to sign another big bat. And again, I like Moises Ballesteros. I still believe Moises Ballesteros needs one more season in AAA. I believe Moises Ballesteros could benefit from one more season in AAA, building up his confidence. Call him up when guys get injured, but at the same time, Mo Bally is somebody that can absolutely still benefit from another season in AAA. And you have a hitter in Eugenio Suarez that you already know is proven and can do damage. So here's where things get interesting for me. The Cubs have money freeing up. They've already expected to push past a luxury tax to upgrade the pitching staff. So if they're already going to do that by signing Zach Gallen or by signing Framber Valdez, then why not go ahead and go all for it? If you're really pushing, you really believe this is your season where you can make an impact and truly win it all, why not go out and get that bat like Eugenio Suarez? So if ownership is willing to spend to fix the pitching rotation, why stop short when it comes to the lineup? This isn't about a long-term commitment with Eugenio Suarez. This isn't about blocking prospects. This, to me, in my eyes, I'm offering Eugenio Suarez one year. 1 year with the Cubs. It keeps long-term payroll flexibility intact. It adds immediate power, and it signals to the clubhouse that the Cubs are all in. The Cubs want to make things happen. This is the definition, y'all, of a win now move. This is a definition of we ain't waiting much longer. So you may ask yourself, okay, the Chicago Cubs already signed Alex Bregman. Eugenio Suarez is a third baseman. What do you do with him then? I think I've already said it before. He is going to be your everyday designated hitter. With Seiya Suzuki being out in right field, right now you are really short a designated hitter unless you want to put Moises Ballesteros in that spot and give him everyday ABs just to designate a hit for you. So this lineup includes Seiya Suzuki, Pete Armstrong, Dansby Swanson, Nico Horner, Michael Busch, Ian Happ, Carson Kelly, and Alex Bregman. Man, with signing Alex Bregman, I love it because that's really gonna push. It's really gonna push Dansby Swanson back into that 8 or 9 hole where he can really do some damage. So adding Eugenio Suarez gives the Cubs something they currently lack: fear in the middle of the order. So Suarez is somebody that you can put in between a lineup of Nico Horner. And you can have it go Nico Horner, Michael Busch, Seiya Suzuki, Eugenio Suarez, PCA after him, and then go Carson Kelly, Ian Happ, Alex Bregman. I keep forgetting about Alex Bregman. I don't even know where you put Alex Bregman in the lineup, probably higher in the lineup. But listen, you do this and you have him literally DH regularly, and you have him rotate in order to keep guys fresh. So it's not about replacing anybody per se. It's about lengthening the lineup and forcing pitchers to have to work. So it just gives the Chicago Cubs another option. So let's set the table with Eugenio Suarez. So you would have Nico Horner hitting first, then Seiya Suzuki, then Alex Bregman, then Suarez, then Ian Happ, then Michael Busch, then Dansby Swanson, then Pete Armstrong, then Carson Kelly. You got so much different things going on here. So you look at Nico Horner. He's a table setter with speed and contact. You got Seiya Suzuki, best pure hitter on the team. You got Alex Bregman, an on-base machine. Postseason DNA is all in him. And then, of course, you got the power bat, cleanup threat in Eugenio Suarez. Then you got a switch hitter with RBI chances in Ian Happ. Then you got Michael Busch. He's got lefty pop and balance. And then you got Dansby Swanson. He's power and leadership down the order. And then Pete Armstrong in the 8th spot, speed, defense, pressure. And then Carson Kelly, he's a veteran presence when the lineup turns over. So tell me right quick, based off of those 9 guys, that lineup right there, where is the easy out? I don't see it. That's a lineup that grinds at bats, hits for power, and puts pressure on opposing pitchers from top to bottom. Now listen, this move right here is a World Series type of move. This ain't a depth move. This isn't about depth. This isn't about maybe making the playoffs. This ain't even about maybe winning the division. This move is about sending a message. If the Cubs sign Eugenio Suarez, they're telling the fans we're serious, the clubhouse we believe in you, and the league we're coming. So you don't want to win championships by playing it safe. You win championships by stacking the advantages. You already said that you want to stack the advantages with pitching. Then turn around and do the same with your ABs. Don't leave anything to chance. The Cubs have a chance to grab the last advantage left on the market as somebody like Eugenio Suarez, and I think they ought to do it. It's not going to be available much longer. The Cubs have the money. They have the need. They have the roster that's ready to win now. So the question isn't, can the Cubs sign Eugenio Suarez? The question is, why wouldn't they? And I would love for you guys to tell me why you wouldn't sign Eugenio Suarez. Comment below if you do believe the Chicago Cubs should not sign Eugenio Suarez. And if you believe that the Cubs should sign Eugenio Suarez. I'm a believer in his bat. I know what he can do. I know the damage he can do. I know some people will say, well, he did that damage against Cubs bats at Wrigley Field. Listen, in my eyes, a hitter is a hitter anywhere he goes. And I believe Eugenio Suarez can flat out hit. And he is somebody that the Chicago Cubs will desperately need, especially to eliminate the scoring droughts that the Chicago Cubs go through in the dog days of summer. So in my eyes, this just totally makes sense. This marriage makes sense. If I'm the Chicago Cubs, if I'm Jed Hoyer, I have a contract on Eugenio Suarez for 2 years, one opt out in between the 2 years, paying him somewhere, in the range of about 10 to 15 million dollars per year on that deal, and just telling them, like, listen, this is one of those deals where you come cement your legacy as a World Series champion. Come help us win a World Series here in Chicago, because the Chicago Cubs have all the makings to be able to do that. I understand that, a lot of people were iffy after Kyle Tucker left. I understand that the closer situation is what it is. You can fix that through the trade deadline. But hitting will be at a premium. So you want to make sure that you get good hitting to start the season. Listen, man, I appreciate you guys so much. I want to know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know your thoughts on what the Chicago Cubs should do. Should they sign Eugenio Suarez? Guys, you can call me at 217-816-5498. Leave a voicemail. You'll be played on our voicemail message system here on the channel. And like I said, I'll answer your question back. Or you can send me in a recorded video. Email it to me at ChicagoCubsBaseball1992@gmail.com, or you can write in your questions or just comment below your thoughts. I appreciate you guys so much. Once again, don't forget, head on over to Chicago Cubs Central. We hit 3,000. I'm giving away a jersey. That's right. So you guys want to make sure that you are in touch for that. You don't want to miss it. It might be Alex Bregman jersey. Might be a Dansby Swanson jersey. Might be an Ian Happ jersey. Might be a Rhino jersey. You never know. But you want to make sure that you are a part of the channel, that you are subscribed. And then, like I said, a name will be drawn from the subscribers and reached out to so that the jersey can be given away. But that's only after we hit 3,000 subscribers. Listen, I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks so much for joining in on this episode. Until next time, go Cubs, go. Peace.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.